Hi everyone, my name is Chandra and today I am making the softest hamburger and hot dog buns from scratch. This is a King Arthur flour recipe. I'm also using King Arthur flour in the recipe just because that is what I always use if I'm using regular wheat flour, which I am in this case, and it was fun to do. So in my mixing bowl I'm adding warm water and coconut sugar. Here's the yeast going in. And I'll stir that up. This is instant yeast, so you do not need to wait for it to bloom. You just carry on with the recipe. Some avocado oil, or you can use any fat you want. If it's a fat that is solid at room temperature, you just need to melt it. And then I added in the warmed up milk. I use raw, and salt. This recipe has you add a small portion of the flour and then beat it vigorously for a couple minutes. I don't know why this is. If you do, I would love to hear what the reason is. This is a fairly wet dough, and the wetter you can keep it, like by adding less flour, the more tender, soft and airy the buns will be. I have made this quite a few times now, and sometimes if I add more flour than others, they are a little bit more dense, and we really like it when they are airy. I am making a double batch of these. One batch will be hamburger buns and one batch will be hot dog buns. So here is the first batch that has already risen. The second one will go into the bowl so it can rise. We'll make the hamburger buns first and then we'll make the hot dog buns. Big bulk ball of dough and divided it into 18. And the way I did that was I divided it first into thirds, then into halves, then those halves into thirds. So I've got 18 little balls of dough here, and I like when my buns touch each other when they bake, so you get those soft sides. So I'm gonna put mine quite close. 1, 2, 3, 4. By 5, I would be able to get all of them onto here. Now some of them they're not all the same. You could weigh them to make them exact, but I think this is a perfect baby-sized or toddler-sized bun, so we use them all. I am so used to working with spelt flour. Working with regular flour is so fun because it's just not as sticky. Spelt is fun because it's different and it's like you get to feel like you've really mastered something because it's a little difficult sometimes. I guess I like that kind of thing, but it's also really fun to just use something that's so easy to work with for a change. These I have made with spelt, varying amounts of spelt in the batter, in the dough, and they work fine. totally fine. But in this case, we're going on vacation, and if I don't make these buns, my family's gonna go out and buy buns from the store, and they're not gonna have great ingredients. They're not gonna be organic, because organic buns are not that super soft, airy texture that you kind of, well, at least my family kind of wants in a hot dog or a hamburger bun. So, although this is white flour, it is not spelt, it's no kind of ancient grain at all. It is organic. I use King Arthur organic flour, which is a really good flour. And it is so much better than what you would get from, like, I don't know, whatever brand those buns are you buy at the store. And Joe, my husband, has noticed that he has a problem with wheat, and he gets really congested if he has a lot of wheat, but he can eat these and it's okay. So I wonder if it's really the chemicals in the wheat or the additives in the buns that are a problem for him, because these are okay. So that was a kind of exciting discovery for him, because these are like those soft, airy buns that you get in a package from the grocery store. The not organic ones, the ones with all the chemicals. I mean, and these are far superior. Then they taste better. But they have that feel, which is what we're looking for in a beach vacation bun. So it's nice to deliver on that kind of experience, or they will find it elsewhere. And then these, I'm gonna put a damp towel on, and they're gonna rise for about 45 minutes. Until they're doubled in size. Then I'm gonna do an egg wash, put some seeds on them, and bake them. Here's another baby bun. Let's give those a push, because they will go up. So I want to start them wide. I am going to brush these with an egg wash, which is just one egg beaten with a splash of water. You could also use milk. I usually do what's easy, which is the water. So I will brush these and sprinkle them with sesame seeds. Brushing them with an egg wash makes all the difference in the look. They are so shiny and beautiful. I also find that they freeze and thaw better when they are brushed with an egg wash. Like the ones that I haven't brushed, when I thaw them, and then heat them up if you want to toast them, the crust kind of peels back from the bun. It's kind of funny. The taste is fine, but the ones brushed with egg wash don't do that. So I think if you're going to be freezing buns, which is a great practice, it's so easy to have them made ahead of time, it's worth doing the egg wash. And now we're moving on to hot dog buns. After much trial and error, this is what I have found is the best way to shape a hot dog bun. I make a little triangle and I roll from the point so that I can fold the ends in and they don't become fatter, since the point of the triangle is also fatter in the middle there. And then they have like nice edges and look pretty. These I definitely put as very close together so that they will rise up and touch on the full length of their sides. We like the kind of hot dog buns that you cut down into the top and they have the nice bready sides to them, and it feels like less bun, I guess. I don't know, my husband likes it this way, so that's how I do it. One thing is for certain, I do not feel that I have a need for a hot dog tray at all. I thought about it, but then I started making these and they're just perfect and beautiful. I always slice my buns before I freeze them. I did not separate each individual hot dog bun here. It was late. Maybe that's why I didn't. I regret it though, because it's hard to snap them apart while they're frozen. So unless you want to thaw the whole bag, it is definitely better to have them all separated, which I did do with the hamburger buns. And then you can just pull them out as you need them.